Good evening, I'm Rachel Meidel.
And I'm Tanner Bakala. Here's what's coming up next on Panthervision.
If that would have been me, like it wasn't even that late.
A recent string of crimes has students on edge.
Also ahead, no pens or papers are needed to ace this final.
Otherwise, like it's the best. It gets better every time.
Plus, UWM students learn that driving after a few brews isn't a game.
Oh, holy hell. Love it.
And some stressed students are hanging loose and breathing easy.
All that and more next on UWM Panthervision.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM Panthervision. Weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. As the semester winds down, the budget battle heats up.
Student leaders from across the state are adding their voices to the debate.
Panthervision's Maggie Wiestoff joins us with details. Maggie?
Thanks, guys. Representatives of every student government in the UW system met at the Fireside Lounge on Saturday. They talked about issues ranging from sexual assault prevention to the student governance. But with the Chancellor and 3 Board of Regents members attending, the hot topic was the state budget. Governor Walker's proposed budget cuts $300 million from the UW system. Leaders say the cuts would be devastating.
There's no way by July 1st of this year to absorb that $24 million type of cut without really looking at some pretty significant changes and reformations to how we'd have to approach things.
We've got to convince the legislature that it's not just about classrooms. It's about how this system is touching just about every single citizen in this state. Imagine if that stops.
There's something going on in your campus that I don't know about, that I don't see somehow, or is in the emails I get. Tell me about it, and give me as much information as you can so I can bring it to the next meeting and hopefully do something about it.
The proposed budget is now before the State Finance Committee and still needs to be passed by the legislature. The new budget will take effect July 1st. Back to you, Tanner.
Thanks, Maggie. When Governor Walker first proposed the budget cuts, he suggested universities could save money by having professors teach more classes and do more work. Those comments raised the ire of educators across the UW system. But now, in North Carolina, legislators have proposed a bill that would require professors to teach 8 classes a year. The current workload policy at UWM is 4 classes each year. Professors argue that increasing the number of classes they teach would hinder their research efforts. MATC educators are still fighting against the last budget bill.
Act 10 stripped public unions of most collective bargaining rights.
But as Hugh Gallagher reports, the union at MATC has now recertified.
Members of Local 212, MATC's chapter of the American Federation for Teachers, have voted to recertify.
In fact, most of the technical college unions that went through the recertification process were successful. In fact, all of them were successful in recertifying.
With 96% of members voting to recertify, Local 212 stands out.
And that level of support is probably unprecedented. It certainly indicates the widespread support for the union at MATC.
A product of Act 10, the annual recertification votes present quite a few challenges.
No one's notified when there's an election, so we have to notify them. No one is notified how to vote, so we have to educate people on what is the procedure or process for voting.
Winning only the right to negotiate wages consistent with inflation, the union can still serve in other areas.
It ensures that they will have some voice in affairs that are critical to those of us that are in the classroom.
Questions remain about the future of public unions in Wisconsin, but Local 212 persists in representing MATC faculty any way it can.
The union at MATC represents 1,500 faculty, counselors, and professional staff.
Milwaukee police are investigating yet another armed robbery near campus. It happened last Wednesday in the 3400 block of North Kramer. A UWM student was robbed by a man who implied he had a weapon. The suspect fled on foot and the victim was not injured. This is the latest in a string of crimes around campus. Evan Vogel reports.
Is Bubba. Like any dog, Bubba likes to go for walks. But now, when they go for walks, Leah has to keep one eye on Bubba and the other over her shoulder.
But hey!
There was sexual assault in our parking lot that happened that night.
A parking lot that is only 30 feet from where Bubba and Leah sleep at night.
A girl, was cutting through a parking lot or walking by a parking lot, and two girls grabbed her and tried to pull out her pants, and then she beat him up and ran away.
Since that night, there have been over 10 attempted sexual assaults and robberies near campus. This recent trend has Leah not only worried about what's happening outside, but also what could happen inside her apartment.
All right, well, these glasses used to be knocked out, so you could reach your hand in and unlock the door.
Instead of enjoying her walks with Bubba, she worries about how she would defend herself if attacked.
It wasn't even that late. It was 12:30. Sometimes I get home late from work. That was me in that parking lot. I don't know if I would have been able to, beat off two guys.
The fear of an attack has made walking the dog a two-person job.
A couple days after this happened, me and my roommate we both went and took our dog out. We didn't want to do it alone. So I think, if there's two people, even a group of people, it's less likely that you'd be a target.
So for Leah and Bubba, the day provides the comfort that the night cannot. In Milwaukee, I'm Evan Vogel for Panthervision.
UWM police encourage students to report any suspicious activity. Their number is 414-229-4627.
The search for the new UWM police chief is down to 4 finalists. Michael Newton, Al Days, Joseph Leemeyer, Greg Haybeck are now scheduled for the on-campus interviews. Haybeck is currently the interim chief of police. The 3 other candidates are from off-campus police departments. Whoever is hired will replace Chief Michael Marzian, who was fired after exchanging internet messages of a sexual nature with a student.
Marquette now has its own police department. The department commissioned its first 19 officers on Friday. Another 35 will be trained by fall. Up until now, the campus was patrolled by public safety workers who lacked public police powers.
4 Marquette students have been arrested at a solidarity march. They were arrested for blocking traffic on Wisconsin Avenue. The students say they are pushing to stop racial profiling by the Milwaukee Police Department. The protest was organized by the ad hoc coalition of and for students of color.
Paying for parking near campus just got easier. The city has launched its new MKE Park app. The app allows users to pay for parking with either their smartphone or tablet. The payment method works on all meters and also features a GPS function to help users find their spot.
UWM's College of Nursing is partnering with the Milwaukee Fire Department to train paramedics in community-based healthcare services. The new program will teach paramedics to provide follow-up care to frequent users of emergency medical services. The focus of the program is supporting patients with chronic health problems and encouraging behavioral changes to avoid relapses. Training will be provided through the College of Nursing, both on campus and online. The program is the first of its kind in Wisconsin.
Nearly 13,000 people are killed each year in alcohol-related vehicle accidents. UWM police teamed up with the Campus Activities Board to show students firsthand the dangers of drunk driving. Jared Harrington reports.
Video games.
Oh, they're just smooth beavers.
On a college campus.
What?
Oh yeah, but these aren't ski goggles students are wearing. No, these goggles distort vision rather than help it.
All right, here we go. Oh, holy hell.
Simulating what a drunk driver might see late at night.
I didn't know where I was going. What about you?
I felt like I was going to throw up.
Not something I'd want to do, for sure.
The event in the Union, put together by UWM's Campus Activities Board, brings a unique way for students to learn about the dangers of drunk driving.
I think it's important to bring a fun way and to educate and kind of just break away in your day, think about it for a second.
And in between racing as Luigi or Peach, Norris Health peer educators talk to students about drinking responsibly.
We also have a lot of facts on alcohol and alcohol use and also drug abuse. So I think students are coming and interacting with us.
University police are also in attendance. They too use goggles and have students run mock sobriety tests.
Okay, got better.
Awful.
Officer Rogers likes seeing the video game simulation being used by students.
That's just an added plus to our mission to communicate that information to individuals who are already of sound mind and sober mind and thought.
And the CAB will only find more unique ways to discuss drinking responsibly and the dangers of drunk drivers to students. For now, students are willing to keep crashing their go-karts.
I'm in the 12th place. Damn banana. No! Ah! Where am I going?
In Milwaukee, I'm Jared Harrington for Panthervision.
Next semester, the Campus Activities Board is hoping to hire a hypnotist who will trick students into thinking they're getting drunk by drinking water.
One of the only all-MAC labs on campus will close at the end of the semester. Curtin 187 will be renovated as a digital teaching and learning facility. The new lab will be managed by the Language Resource Center. Students can still find Macs in areas like the Union, the library, and Sandberg dorms.
The explosion of online data is leading to a new master's degree. The UWM system has announced a new master's degree in the fast-growing field of data science. Students will learn how to organize, analyze, and interpret large data sets using the latest tools and analytical methods. The online degree will be offered through a partnership between the UW Extension and several four-year campuses.
After graduation, thousands of UWM students will face the challenge of joining the workforce. One UWM student finds encouragement from the best friend anyone could ask for.
As UW-Milwaukee graduation looms around the corner, one student's love for animals makes everything worth it.
I've always loved dogs. I used to show dogs when I was younger, so I've always just been really attached to animals and whatnot. So I guess I decided that I wanted to work with animals the rest of my life.
Kayla Weber works at Happy Paws on State Street, a good lead into her future career.
The more experience with animals and interactions with animals, they look at a lot more. A lot of veterinary schools look at a lot more. So it really will help me get into being able to try to find certain people to shadow with and work with to get in with veterinary experience and whatnot to be able to apply to schools.
With graduation coming up and thinking about her future, Kayla is motivated to gain experience and to begin her veterinarian career.
I'm hoping that come this summer I'll be working here, hopefully volunteering at some wildlife rescues.
As for the remainder of her time at UWM, Kayla doesn't have much to worry about.
Get my cap and gown and show up, I guess.
At Happy Paws in Milwaukee, I'm Thomas Kelly for Panthervision.
Coming up next on Panthervision, find out why some classes have already danced their way through their finals.
And later, some students are taking yoga to a whole new level. All that and more when Panthervision continues.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
Not all finals can be finished in 2 hours.
As I found out, some final exams take months. Most finals aren't seen by hundreds of people, but Gabrielle DeCoque has been working on her final for months.
My actual title for the piece is "Sticks and Stones May Break My Bones, but Words Can Also Hurt Me."
Gabrielle is a junior dance and choreography student at UWM. The Dance Makers Project has helped Gabby realize how much she enjoys teaching.
My interests right now are towards choreography. I'm also really, really big in teaching. I think that's a really great thing, and I think that's part of where my choreography comes, is like I really enjoy when you see other people like understanding what you're doing and really picking up something. Be louder than Sydney, because you can always pick out where Sydney is. Yeah, I know. So that can always be louder.
Many of this year's dances have an extra element.
Exploring a lot of props, and we, go in certain fashions. In this case, it's a lot of props. So you would find chalk, you would find water covering the floor. In Gabby's case, it's tape.
But I've spent $200 of red duct tape and going to every Walmart, Home Depot in the area trying to find red duct tape.
For the 9 choreographers, the show is less a final test than it is a celebration of all their hard work.
I've never seen a dancer get to this point in their academic career and fall apart. But when they reach that level, they're so committed, they do their work.
This is everything I've put a whole semester into, and work and sweat and tears, and it's really precious to you, but at the end of the day you have to put it out there, and that's a really hard process, but it's a great process to learn from.
In Milwaukee, I'm Tanner Bakala for Panthervision. After almost a week of performances, the curtain closed onto Koch's final project. Finals may be done in the dance department, but the rest of the students faced finals in the coming week.
The Student Association is planning an event to support those affected by the catastrophic earthquake in Nepal. The quake killed more than 6,000 people and caused an estimated $2 billion worth of damage. At least 4 Americans were killed. UWM currently has 9 enrolled students and 1 professor from Nepal.
A new study says prescription pills are affecting the way fish reproduce in Lake Michigan. A UWM professor says a medication commonly taken for type 2 diabetes is enabling male fish to produce eggs. The study says it's also making some fish smaller. The drug was the most concentrated chemical found in water samples from the Great Lake.
Luis De Leon joins us to look at our weather.
Thanks, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, at least we're staying dry for now. We're seeing some showers exiting the area. It's going to be a wet week, but it's going to be warm, so as the warm-up continues, so yeah, should be okay.
Yeah, sounds like a beautiful week.
Of course. As we go to your weather headlines, we're going to still seeing some showers occurring right now, but those rain showers are on their way out and clouds remain in the area for the rest of today. We are going to be seeing this trend a lot this week with showers occurring in the morning quite frequently. As for the temperatures, we will be seeing the 60s for the majority of the week, with the coolest occurring on Tuesday. So despite the morning showers, should be a warm week. As for your current conditions currently here in Milwaukee, we are seeing those showers occurring right now. Exiting the area, current temperature right now at 60 degrees and the dew point at 43. As for the rest of today, we are still going to be seeing those showers occur again in the afternoon hours. High temperature at 65 degrees and precipitation chance at 60% just in case for those showers returning, but it should be a warm day. As for the lows across the state, we are seeing temperatures throughout the 40s right now. Starting up north in Rhinelander, 41, Green Bay area 43, Oshkosh 44. Down here in Milwaukee, 47, in the Madison area, 48. Over out west in Eau Claire, 45, and in La Crosse, 49. As for the highs, a very warm day across the state. Even in Rhinelander, pulling off that high of 67 right now. The coldest actually down here in Milwaukee was 65, Green Bay area 67, Oshkosh 68, and all across the western border, Eau Claire 70, La Crosse 70, the Madison area 70. As for tonight, those clouds are going to be clearing out with partly cloudy skies and winds coming out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, low temperature at 47 degrees. As for tomorrow, another wet day, rain occurring on and off throughout that day with the high at 55, winds coming out of the east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. As for Wednesday, finally a dry day, but not much sunshine with overcast skies and temperature at 64 degrees, but light winds again, so winds coming out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As for your extended forecast, warm but wet this week. With Thursday, we will see mostly cloudy skies with a high of 70. Friday with thunderstorms occurring in the afternoon, once again at a high of 70. Moving into your weekend, Saturday, a high of 64 with showers occurring on and off that day. And Sunday, just showers in the morning with the high of 60 at touching 59. So.
Sounds like spring is finally here to stay.
Yeah, of course, that transition's working out well.
Coming up, a UWM athlete overcomes his toughest challenge yet.
And see how some students are flipping out before finals.
All that and more when Panthervision returns.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, Judge Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
A UWM coach gets inducted to the Hall of Fame.
And the track and field team makes history.
Evan Vogel has more on sports. Evan?
Thanks, guys. The men's track and field team is champion of the Horizon League once again. The team took first place at the Horizon League Outdoor Championships this weekend. Heading into the final day, UWM was 35 points away from being in first place, but on Sunday, they won 7 events. This is the program's 16th championship. The women won second place and also broke a school record. The women's spring medley team is now in the history books. The Panthers broke a school record at the Drake Relays in April with a time of 4:02:27. That breaks the UWM record set in 2007 by nearly a full second. The men's 4x200 relay team also broke a school record at the Drake. The Panthers baseball team is back home after a weekend series against Valparaiso. They took 2 out of the 3 games. The Panthers beat Bradley in dramatic fashion last week. Junior Nick Yunez hit a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 12th inning to win the game.
Find a way to win. That's a quality opponent that we just beat, and it was a good team win.
One of the catchers is happy to be playing in his final year of college. As Panthervision's Helen Koth reports, he started the season not knowing if he would ever play again.
The life of a student athlete isn't a slow one. And this fast-paced life is not something that fifth-year senior Sam Conkey is a stranger to.
So it's a lot of stuff, because with baseball and work and school.
As a walk-on catcher for the UWM baseball team, Sam has had his fair share of good days and bad. He does his best not to bring life struggles to the field, but some things come too quickly to ignore.
It happened super fast. And part of it seems like the longest 6 months of my life for sure. But then looking back, I remember the moment they told me, and it seems like yesterday.
Just as his final year of school was about to begin, Sam was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer.
So school definitely took a back seat at the time, just because you're going through all this stuff, and the last thing you want to do is go write a paper about something, and you feel so crappy that you're having you're feeling nauseous, you got headaches. Not a lot of energy, so.
But when you have a whole team of guys backing you up, it's hard not to keep your head up even when sitting on the sidelines.
And the team was really supportive. I had nothing but love for my family. They were all there for me.
Not being able to work out and practice with the team was hard, but it gave Sam something to fight for.
Baseball was kind of a motivational tool I used, just being wanting to come back.
Sam knows all too well that cancer doesn't just stop because your life is at full speed.
Obviously, cancer can happen to a healthy 22-year-old guy who's in good shape and plays Division I baseball. Cancer doesn't necessarily discriminate.
But it can be beaten. Cancer is a harsh disease, but as a survivor, Sam looks at things a little differently now.
It makes you appreciate being healthy again and feeling good.
In Milwaukee, I'm Helen Koth for Panthervision.
Despite his battle with cancer, Conkey holds a career batting average of .333. He's graduating this year with an art degree. The Wisconsin Soccer Association is inducting 2 UW system alums into its Hall of Fame. Mark Litton is currently an assistant coach for the UWM men's soccer team, and John Mraz was a record-breaking player for the Panthers from 1989 to 1991. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Evan. Final exams are next week, and the pressure to finish assignments is high.
One UWM student is turning her frown upside down.
Panthervision's Maggie Wiesthoff reports.
As the semester winds down, stress levels go up for UWM students.
between being a full-time student and working multiple jobs. It's really hard.
Like many others, Carolyn Johnston practices yoga as a way to unwind after class.
I practice every day, whether I have time to do an hour practice or just 15 minutes.
But it's not your ordinary yoga.
1, 2, down, up.
It's a blend of yoga and acrobatics known as acro yoga.
It's just so much fun. You're always tipping over and you can't help but just laugh and have a really good time with it.
Alana McVeigh has been teaching acro yoga classes for the past 7 months.
One of the most important pieces of acro yoga is the community, and that is absolutely one of my favorite parts.
She also knows firsthand just how stressful school can be.
I'm a graduate student at Marquette University. I'm getting my PhD in clinical psychology, so that takes up most of my time. I'm at my academic best when I've been able to take some time for myself on my mat or with a friend and do some acro yoga.
But a busy schedule won't stop these Milwaukee students from letting go and flying high. In Milwaukee, I'm Maggie Wiestoff for Panthervision.
The acro yoga movement began 9 years ago in California. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's edition of Panthervision.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99 at 5:30 on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and again at 10:30 on Saturday and Sunday mornings.
This is our last newscast of the semester. A special thanks to the television and video production students at MATC for making us look good each week.
Have a great summer, and we'll see you in the fall.